This month on Mustang Magazine, seniors start a new tradition at NHS, local musicians are hitting their beat, a school volunteer has a furry helper, and an NPA changes their brand. These stories and more on this live edition of Mustang Magazine.
Hello and welcome to this June edition of Mustang Magazine. I'm Lexi Hatch.
And I'm Tim Rose. Mustang Magazine is an edited show that is produced every month by advanced broadcast journalism students at Norwood High School. But this month we're doing things a little bit different.
Today's show is being taped live in Norwood Community Media Studio, located inside Norwood High School, home to our award-winning daily morning news show, NHS Update.
That's right, and taping live means we can't mess up. So let's get started. As seniors graduated earlier this month, they wanted to make sure they left their mark on the school for years to come. So they started a new tradition.
Sophomore staff reporters Rory Kayer and Allie McDonough bring us the scoop on the brand new Senior Walk.
Recently, NHS seniors stopped by their elementary schools for a final visit as a part of the new tradition, the Senior Walk.
Pretty much you just walk through the halls and all the students and the teachers line up in the halls and you walk through and just go back to where you started.
And for the seniors doing the walk, it was a great opportunity to see their old teachers and inspire the elementary school students.
It's hard to believe that I was there once, seeing how old I am now.
While seniors say they got a lot out of the walk, elementary school students say they gained just as much.
I would definitely want to do that when I was a senior because it would be cool seeing my old teachers here, and I just like seeing the other kids.
They seemed to really be cheering for us, like as everyone went through. They were so happy, saying good luck at college, even though I didn't know all of them.
Students at the elementary schools worked hard to prepare for the seniors' arrival.
We passed out like the activities to the teachers, like the pom-poms and the Mustang projects, and we handed out diplomas like signed by all the teachers to the seniors and Smarties with like sayings on the top.
I spent 5 years at the Cleveland and it meant a lot to me and they did a lot for me, so I felt like them seeing where I am now and how much I've grown.
Student Council is reporting a great response from everyone involved, and it looks like the Senior Walk tradition is here to stay. Reporting for Mustang Magazine, I'm Rory Kayer.
Nice job, girls, and I'm excited to be a part of this new tradition next year.
I couldn't agree more. And thank you to all the seniors who contributed to this program over the years. Your work and dedication to NHS-TV is appreciated. Okay, next up we bring you a couple of stories by some first-time reporters from the TV1 class.
Recently, freshmen Kevin Sullivan and Jake McCarthy caught up with a volunteer teacher and her furry helper at the Education Cooperative School in Walpole.
Dedham resident Brenda Driscoll spends a lot of her time volunteering at the Education Cooperative School in Walpole, but she's not alone. She's got a furry companion by her side.
Her name is Chris with a K. She's an Australian Labradoodle, so she's hypoallergenic. She doesn't shed, she has hair, so she's safe to bring into any environment.
Chris has been a licensed therapy dog for 3 years.
So she's really a great ambassador for her breed, and she's a special dog.
And the students at the Education Cooperative School agree.
Does she make you feel? Happy. Happy. Happy.
And that's Chris's purpose, Driscoll says, to make people happy.
I know all the kids I can see that they enjoy being with the dog. And even for the kids that have difficulty moving, we can see them smiling, or, their physicality changes when they're around the dog. And the dog seems to enjoy the kids.
She's really sweet, but a lot of work and a lot of money. Yeah. It's like bringing up a kid. My son Chris was born with a malignant brain tumor. He had chemo and surgery, and he was cancer-free actually by the time he was a year old, a year and a half.
But the cancer came back and Chris's battle continued. While he was attending the Education Cooperative School, he bonded with the Golden Retriever while receiving palliative care.
Martha used to come. She was a therapy dog, and that was his favorite thing, were when the therapy dogs came. And he enjoyed having his picture taken. He liked his dog. He loved to go to school. He was very social. He liked to dance to music.
3 years after her son's death, Driscoll says she got her dog, Chris with a K, to start a new mission.
To take care of the kids at school, I feel like I can take care of them as I would my own child. And I fit very nicely into the special needs world. I'm kind of quiet, so it's very rewarding for me. And it's like therapy for me and for Chris, so it keeps me busy and out of trouble.
Driscoll and Chris go to the Education Cooperative at least once a month. Special needs teachers say that they're always looking forward to the visit.
It gives something from the outside world to our kids. Like I said, it's something that sometimes our kids don't really get to do, is be around, say, like a dog. It really helps like our kids emotionally. So for us as a teacher, it really makes us happy to see our kids happy.
But basically the kids, they're at the right arousal level. They're not, the dog calms them but also motivates them, and so they're ready to do some work after they spend time with the dog.
And often the therapy dog like Chris becomes part of the lesson.
But there are other things that we like to do, like we like to do experiential stories, and sometimes it's hard to think of things in terms of pre-literacy, stories to tell that are meaningful to the kids. So this is something that is a meaningful story to tell, to create about, my experience with the dog. What did the dog feel like? What did you like about the dog?
With therapy visits to the school a month apart, there's plenty of time for the Driscolls to enjoy their family pet.
Thank you, there's your treat. She's brought so much joy and love. She's amazing. She's impacted us so positively from before she came, and it makes it all worth it.
For more information on training a therapy dog in Massachusetts, visit servicedogproject.org. Reporting from NHS-TV, I'm Kevin Sullivan.
Thanks, boys. For more information about training your dog to be a volunteer service animal in Massachusetts, visit www.therapydog.info.
Now we switch from furry volunteers to humans in this in-depth look at a Boston organization helping struggling women to reach their full potential.
Freshman reporters Megan Sopel and Brianna LeBlanc bring us this inspirational story.
On Saturday afternoons, you can find Jennifer Callanan at the local field cheering on her 3 kids, but it hasn't always been that way.
I'm a recovering heroin addict. My addiction affected everything in general. I lost my children. I was not employable. I was a terrible family member. I couldn't even get out of bed without having something in my system.
Callanan spent 10 years battling her addiction. She said she was in and out of rehab programs and even went to jail.
Many times I have relapsed, but every time I learned something different, and every time I would be in another program, SelfEsteem Boston would come right in.
SelfEsteem Boston is a nonprofit organization established in 1993. Founder Marion B. Davis says the group's main goal is to support women by creating programs and workshops that focus on the social problems impacting them today.
To help them build their confidence, to help them say, wow, I can do whatever it is that I want because I have the confidence and I'm worthy, I can do that.
SelfEsteem Boston says that they have helped more than 75,000 women over the past 25 years. Women like Callanan attest to the group's methods.
They would tell us about self-respect. And these are things that, as an addict and low-income single parent, you don't have a lot of, and they give you just a little bit of the skills and tools to boost your self-esteem a little bit high, to hold your head up high and be like, I'm a woman and I'm okay and I'm going to fix everything.
Board Chairman Betty Doherty says the group relies on volunteers to mentor their clients and teach their workshops. And the one thing most of them have in common, their own personal struggles.
So I tell women a lot about my past. I tell them that, I'm an alcoholic. I tell them that I lost a lot in my life. And I tell them how I got sober and I rebuilt my life.
SelfEsteem Boston says it's their goal to offer workshops for all types of women's issues, regardless of their ability to pay.
Primarily, the people we're serving now are women who are living in transitional facilities, women who are coming from jail, women who are dealing with domestic violence, But most of the women are women who would not be able to afford spending lots of money sitting in a therapist's chair to figure out what's going on in their lives.
With all the programs they offer, SelfEsteem Boston says that they know they're getting results.
Honestly, I don't know if I would be in the place that I am today without all of, the hours that they spent working with me to get me to where I am. When I got sober, I only had 2 children, boys, and there's a 3rd one now. And I currently have an associate's degree from Bunker Hill in criminal justice.
Like if we can help even just, one woman change her life, I think that's it's so important. That's what keeps us all going.
If you would like to know more about the program and the events the group has to offer, visit SelfEsteemBoston.com for more information. Reporting for Mustang Magazine, I'm Megan Sobel.
Thanks, girls. If you have a sister or mother who is struggling with an addiction, be sure to reach out to SelfEsteem Boston.
Okay, it's time to head back to Norwood and meet some musicians gaining popularity around town.
Junior staff reporters Mark Dunn and Calvin Meyer bring us this exclusive look at how these musicians actually compose their beats.
Ooh, 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 ooh.
Solomon Claroux isn't your typical musician at NHS.
So I used to be in band in 6th grade, and I really messed with a lot of instruments. So my teacher decided to give me this website to make music. So that's what started. And then I liked it, so I decided to invest in it. So I got some more equipment and got better at it, and now I got all this stuff.
Solomon, using all of his equipment, spends most of his time making beats.
You'll find me cooking at least every day of the week because I live here. Yeah. So I'd say out of the 24 hours in my day, I spend at least 13.
Solomon has his whole crew over, plays music, and the rest all comes naturally.
Basically, what we do when we come here is, so we gotta set the vibe. We listen to a lot of lit music that's out right now, and then we listen to my music, and then they feel some of the music I show them, and whatever they like, we just record over.
Solomon's beats inspired friends Gerard Lewis and Anthony Freeman to join the rapping scene.
It kind of all started back in 8th grade. Solomon was good at making beats, I was good at writing, so we kind of just clashed together.
Yeah, originally I was gonna just dance to the songs and the beats that he made, but sophomore year came and I actually started liking rap a little bit more, so I started writing.
It wasn't just them, however. Mohammed Schumann says it's something he's always wanted to do.
It was always something I liked to do. I'd like writing stuff, but I wasn't really good at rapping, but I kept on trying to do it, and I guess my flow got better. So then and Solomon started producing, so that kind of influenced me.
Now to make the perfect track, Solomon says the last piece of the puzzle is Hadar Sakarchi's ad-libs.
When we record music, we need some ad-libs, so my guy Hadar, he hooks us up with the ad-libs.
I'm the ad-lib guy, so those background noises like the blah, blah, yeah, that's me, you feel me? But we got the chopper, goes pop, pop. And then last, this is our signature, you feel me? YBG sound, it's whoop. In the back, it's whoop, whoop, whoop. Yeah, it goes crazy.
Hadar says there's more to their group than music.
Right, because I first moved here freshman year. I didn't really have no friends, I didn't really know nobody. But then they picked me up, right? So basically I chill with them now. We just goof around, we make songs, they go crazy. You can hit up my guy Stubborn Saul, he got all the music on his page.
Even though it started as a hobby, Solomon wants to do this as long as he possibly can.
So basically, it started as a hobby, but at the minute I realized that I can do something with it, I decided I should probably go as far as I can. So as long as I can make money and support the people I need to support with it, I'm gonna keep doing it.
If you like what you hear, make sure to check them out on SoundCloud and Instagram. Reporting from Mustang Magazine, I'm Mark Dunn.
Nice work, boys. You can hear Solomon's beats by visiting his page on SoundCloud.
Now it's time to cover a story really close to home, here in this studio.
Norwood Public Access TV has changed their name to Norwood Community Media.
So junior staff reporters Jess Keller and Rose Campbell recently sat down with NCM employees to talk about the change in branding.
Recently, Norwood Public Access changed their name.
Norwood Public Access is now Norwood Community Media. And what that means is that we feel that we are part of the community in a way where we produce media content on all different platforms.
It wasn't as easy as just changing the name.
Let's take a look and listen.
There were a lot of steps that we had to take to change the name. We had to think about everything from our social media platforms to our mailing address and a lot of our apparel. So we had to go through everything from A to Z, and it was a long process, but I think we covered pretty much everything.
Some staff meetings, multiple staff meetings. We had meetings with the entire board of directors of Norwood Public Access, and we really wanted to be, the word community really sums up that what we do is we reach out to the community, we serve the community, and we produce media for the community. And there's always challenges, and really our big challenge is Norwood Public Access has been around for 14 years. And so the name NPA-TV, Norwood Public Access, has been drilled into people's minds for 14 years. So we knew, and even ourselves, we're still going to get hung up in calling ourselves by the old name. It's going to take a while for people to realize that NPA is now NCM.
I'm just clicking around because things aren't loading.
With the name change came new ways of broadcasting.
This is really weird.
Public access started, the only way to really share your media was to broadcast it on the local cable TV channels. And that has now since changed. What we do is we broadcast on the channels, but we also stream live 24/7. And what that means is you don't have to be sitting in front of a television set in Norwood to watch our programming. You can be anywhere.
The impact was pretty minimal on our channels actually, because we were already doing what we have said we are going to do with Norwood Community Media, so there wasn't really much of an impact. We were still broadcasting all the same shows and everything on our channels, so there was no big change. The only real change was our name.
And they took the opportunity to advertise NCM at local events in the community.
The word out, we needed to come up with a way, how are we going to tell the public? So we decided on the night of election night to announce it when everybody was watching the town election results, so we had a lot of eyes on us. So we used that night to launch the rebranding, and we made an appearance at the selectmen meeting to let the selectmen know, and also the night of Dancing with the Stars. So that all that week we were pushing that, and Thursday the local newspaper was coming out, so we decided to buy a 4-week ad over a month, which we designed an ad to explain why we're doing this and what the new ways to watch Norwood Community Media are. So it's fun, it's exciting, it's a great time to kind of get creative and let the whole town know that Norwood Public Access is now Norwood Community Media.
Be sure to check them out at norwoodmediacommunity.org. Reporting for Mustang Magazine, I'm Jess Keller.
Thanks, girls, and a special thanks to the staff and board of directors for the Norwood Community Media Station. We could not do what we do without their continued support.
And they aren't the only group that helps us out. Like many other NHS students, we depend on the guidance department for support year-round.
And recently, guidance added some new support staff. Freshman reporters Grace Smelster and Kayla Clifford introduced us to the new team member.
The guidance department added a new team member to their support staff. And even though she's pretty small, students say she's got a big role.
My favorite part has just been seeing everybody down here and making bonds with people and seeing how much of an impact such a small thing can have on the students.
She's referring to Princess Waffles, a Syrian dwarf hamster that has been sharing guidance counselor Molly Barefoot's office since February. The new roommates were paired together by the girls' hockey team.
They asked if she could stay in my office at school during the school days, and I said as long as I got permission from my boss and my boss's boss, then the answer was yes.
And after getting the okay, Princess Waffles moved in.
I just had to clear some space on my file cabinet for her and move the files up to my desk so that she had enough space for her cage and her toys.
It wasn't long before Princess Waffles became acclimated to her new surroundings, and the guidance department put her to work as the official department therapy animal.
I think in general she makes people feel better. I would say that my office is a more popular place now. People come to see just her, and they want to play with her and take her out on her little ball that she runs in. It definitely brightens their day.
It means so much stress go away just because she's so cute.
Like any domesticated animal, she needs to be cared for. Freshman hockey player Kate Rogers says that's a team effort.
Well, when we're at school, in the beginning of the morning, me and Kayla usually come in and we feed her and we give her water and we play with her. And then if we have free time, we come in and we just talk to her,
On the weekends, players take turns looking after her, and that's not as easy as it sounds.
It's kind of stressful sometimes because it's like you have an extra thing to worry about, and my dog wants to eat her and stuff. So that's like a scary part.
But students and counselors agree that Princess Waffles is well worth the effort it takes to look after her.
That with like mid-years and finals and stuff, it's definitely, it's like a big push for therapy animals because it's very stressful.
So next time you're down in guidance, stop by and say hello to Princess Waffles. She just might brighten your day. Reporting for Mustang Magazine, I'm Grace Melster.
Princess Waffles was an important part of the guidance team this school year, but we're sad to report that she recently passed away of unknown causes. Special condolences to the guidance department and all the students who were touched by her presence.
But life goes on in the guidance department as they work on student schedules for next school year. And with so many course selections to choose from, students aren't always aware of their options.
Freshman reporters Izzy Vitorisi and Maggie Curran introduce us to one class that a lot of students may not know about.
Unless you take Miss Long's senior zoology class, you might not know there are actual animals being cared for on school grounds.
We go in, we feed the turtles and the iguana, and we clean their cages.
Senior Michael Kirkland is part of a small group of students who takes the zoology elective at Norwood High School. He says he's always been interested in helping animals, and by physically interacting with species like the red-bellied cooter, he's having a more meaningful experience.
The animals have affected my learning from seeing how they've grown up over my time studying them.
Science instructor Jessica Long says students can benefit from learning about the care and maintenance of another living creature.
So I like the fact that it exposes kids to working with live animals, their responsibilities about taking care of them. So the turtle tank, the size that they're at now, we have to change the water, scrub the filters, scrub the sides of the tank 2 to 3 times a week.
On top of caring for animals like Leon, a veiled chameleon, students are also studying them.
They test the levels of different vitamins, minerals in the water, make sure everything's balanced. They do journal entries weekly as well, and those focus on different aspects of the life and development of the animals that we have in the room.
Right now, Long students are looking forward to releasing this year's batch of turtle hatchlings in May and making sure that Leon is taken care of over the summer.
Leon will still be around for a couple years, but the ability to run the zoology program depends on our ability to obtain the animals and keep them in the classroom year-round.
With nearly a dozen juniors interested in caring for the animals next school year, the zoology program looks to continue at Norwood High School. But for seniors like Michael Kirkland, it was always an easy choice.
I just enjoy being around animals, and it's not really anything specific. I don't know, I just like it.
If you're interested in signing up for the senior zoology class, see a guidance counselor for more information. Reporting for Mustang Magazine, I'm Maggie Curran.
Thanks, girls, and make sure to reach out to your guidance counselor this summer if you have any questions about scheduling.
Speaking of summer, a lot of student athletes are planning their summer workouts to stay in shape and be ready for the fall sports season.
Recently, freshman reporters Caitlin Gillette and Kate Earle went to the CrossFit Florian gym to catch up with the trainer who's teaching some local girls how to be strong and confident.
Physical therapist Tia Sapienza is a fitness enthusiast. She's training local girls at the CrossFit Florian gym.
I like being able to provide that opportunity for high school girls and show them that they can be strong and confident and not have to worry about who's watching them and what's going on, and it's a nice safe space for them.
NHS freshmen Ashley Zamito and Rose Donovan attend the class.
She makes the class really fun. She has good music and she's just fun in the class.
She's a really big inspiration, and her energy and her excitement for the class, it makes me happy to be here. It makes me want to exercise.
Through various CrossFit exercises, Sapienza aims to educate the girls about fitness, but she adds there's more to it than just that.
I also hope that they take away, being able to cheer each other on and pick up their friends when they're down, and realize that how important being healthy is, and working hard for something that you love.
Sapienza was a softball player in college, and she says she uses that past experience to relate to the girls.
I was also a 16-year-old girl that had homework and sports and things to do at home, and didn't always want to do all the things you had to do, but you just have to put your head down and get through it.
Even though relations are good, Sapienza says the class still has its challenges.
I'm highly outnumbered by everyone, and there's 30 of you guys and 1 of me, and but everyone does a really nice job listening, and we can kind of organize that way. I've learned lots of things about being patient and different teaching techniques.
Despite the large numbers, the girls say they enjoy their time in the class and look up to Sapienza as a mentor.
She's just a good role model, and she's helped me become a stronger person.
She's a really big inspiration for my future. Every time I come, she has a smile on her face, which makes me smile.
If you're interested in joining the class, all girls are welcome on Monday and Thursday nights at 7:30 p.m. in CrossFit Florian Gym. Reporting for Mustang Magazine, I'm Caitlin Gillette.
Thanks, girls. If you're a female athlete interested in taking Tia's CrossFit class, visit the CrossFit Florian Gym for more information. Well, that brings us to the end of our show. We hope you enjoyed the stories.
This is our last Mustang Magazine for the 2018 school year, but we'll be back with a brand new season in September.
Until then, be sure to visit us online at www.mustang.media or hit us up on social media. Thanks for watching our live broadcast, and we hope everybody has a great summer.
Goodbye, Mustangs.
See you later.